So today I wanted to try something fun. I am starting to plan out my June TBR, and instead of just kind of picking books off my shelf, I wanted to kind of have a little fun with it. And I've seen Kayla over at Books and Lala and Sarah over at Sarah's Nightstand do the book scavenger hunt. So I wanted to give it a shot. I don't have nearly as many books as either of them, so we might have to kind of make up some new prompts as we go along, but I wrote out all the prompts that Kayla had in the description of her video, so I'm just going to go off of these, and then if one of them doesn't work, I'm just going to kind of figure something out. So yeah, I want to do this quick because I'm hungry and I want lunch, so let's get started. The first prompt is grab your favorite book, go to the acknowledgements, and find the first name you see. Find a book by an author with the same name. So automatically I have to get kind of creative because I'm pretty sure all of my favorite books I don't have physical copies of. So let me take a second, look at my books, see what I have, and see what I can come up with. So while this isn't like my favorite book of all time, it was one of my favorites when I read it, and I still love it. So I'm going with The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. So I have to look at the acknowledgements. The first name you see, find a book by an author with the same name. Please have some common names because I don't have a lot of books. I mean, I have a lot of books, but... okay, so I saw Kate and Adam right away. I saw both of them basically at the same time. So a book by an author named Kate or Adam. Okay, listen. I said that I was probably going to have to twist the rules a little bit. I mean, I'm not necessarily twisting the rules, but apparently I don't have any books by an Adam or a Kate. So I'm going to flip the page, and hopefully there's some more names on it, and whatever my eyes land on, we'll try that name instead. Lisa. Lisa Litwack was the first name my eyes landed on, so I know I have a Lisa. I have Shanghai Girls by Lisa C. I have not read this. So we can move on. So prompt number 2 is pick something on that cover and find another book with that thing in the title. Okay, so what's on the cover of this book? We have girls, obviously, flowers, there's birds on her outfit. So girls, flowers, or birds? All right. So this is a little bit of a weird pick, but it's the first book that my eyes landed on, and I knew it had a ton of flowers and a girl on the cover. Editing Sarah, I realized that I screwed this prompt completely up. It was supposed to be take something on the cover and find it in the title of the book, which I now realize as I'm editing this, and I just found a book, like another book with flowers on the cover. So I realized I screwed up. We're just going to move along. We're going to pretend I didn't and continue with the video. And that is Mandy by Julie Edwards. This is a book that I loved when I was little. Look, like it started bending and falling apart because I read it so many times that I took like clear packing tape and I taped over the whole cover. I don't know if you can see that, but like I taped over the whole cover because I didn't want it to fall apart anymore. So the whole thing is just like covered in packing tape. So yes, but it has a girl and flowers on the cover. So moving on. Go to page 50, line 5. Pick a word from that line and find a title with that word. Okay, page 50. Oh my god, this book is so old. I'm like afraid to open it. Page 50, line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was in such a hurry and so anxious not to be seen. Okay, so that's kind of a weird one. Was in such a hurry and so anxious not to be seen is kind of like not a great sentence to pick a word from. So we're gonna go to page 60, line 6. Let's try that. Glance at Mr. Simple as they walked into the... Okay. Let's see if I can do anything with that. Okay, this is already turning into a major fail. Let's just pick... Okay, I'm gonna pick a random page and go to line 5 and see if that does me any good. This page, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A serious thought or two. His voice was light and... Do I have any books with the word light? A serious thought or two. His voice was light and... This isn't fun anymore. Let's try again. Open to a random page. Line 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not to see her beloved cottage. To wonder how. Alright, you know what? For the sake of moving on, we're using a book that's not exciting. It's called How to Sew a Button and Other Nifty Things Your Grandmother Knew. The line had how in it, so this book starts with the word how. Is it sexy? No. But in the interest of moving on with this, before I get funky and don't want to finish the video, we're going to go with this book. Okay, so next prompt. Find a 5-star read with the same colors on the cover. Pink, white, black. What 5-star books have I read with pink, white, and black on the cover? I'm gonna go for one of these colors. We'll just see what I come up with. Okay, I'm like running all over my house trying to find books. I should really just have all my books in one spot. This is a bit of a stretch. So it's, find a 5-star read with the same colors on the cover. This has pink, white, and black. I know this is a stretch, but this has pink, white, and black on the cover. So we're going with Well Met because this was a 5-star read for me. Moving on. 5. Find a book with the same number of pages. Hopefully this won't be too hard. That's acknowledgements. 316 pages. Okay, well that took forever. Here we go. So this book is, you see the acknowledgements here. So there are 316 pages in Well Met. This was a struggle, but Countdown City, which is the second book in the Last Policeman series or trilogy, this was part of that, my eBay book mystery box unboxing. But anyway, it has 316 pages. So, exact. I got it to the page. Okay, next. Flip open to any page. The first name you see, find a book by an author who shares that name. Oh God. Okay. Martha. Okay. Well, we're gonna grab a second and also a third to make this easier. What other names do we have? Okay, so Martha, and then no names. That's the last name, Hank. So Martha, Hank, or there's not a single name on that page. Okay. How are there no names? Jordan. Okay, so Martha, Hank, or Jordan. I have to find a book with an author by one of those names. We're taking the easy way out on this one and going with Robert Jordan. This is the first thing that came to mind. I checked my bookshelves. I don't have a Martha. I don't think I have a Hank. So I said, you know what? In the interest of time, like I said, I'm hungry. I want to eat lunch. It's now almost 1 o'clock. We're just going to go with Robert Jordan. Find another title with the same number of letters. Oh God. Okay. So The Eye of the World is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 letters. Okay. We can do this. Okay. I should have known that one huge epic fantasy series would lead to another. The Eye of the World, 16 letters. Gardens of the Moon, 16 letters. Haven't seen this book in a while. I haven't read any more of it. Okay. Find a book with the same number of letters. Ah, shoot. Find a book with a similar cover. Why? Okay, you know what? I'm going to make this easy. I'm just going to say this is like an old school fantasy cover. So I just need to look through my fantasy and find one with another old school cover. Preferably with a kingdom in the background, a man, a woman, and a horse. Kingdom, man, woman, horse. Okay, so clearly these two look absolutely nothing alike, but we have Gardens of the Moon. It has a man, a woman, a horse, and like a kingdom in the background. And I have Rhapsody, which has man, a woman, and some sort of like town, kingdom, city thing in the background. No horse, but that's okay. This is it. We're gonna call this it. This is okay. So this is the last prompt. So whatever I get out of this prompt is what I'm gonna read. Okay. Flip to a random page, point at a word, and find that word in a book title on your TBR shelf. So this one should be easy because I can just look it up on Goodreads. Okay. So just flip to a random page, flip to a random word. Point to a random word. Earrings. So that's probably not going to work. I don't think I have any books with the word earring in the title. Okay. I pointed to a space. Oh, please be something good. Ahmed? No. Okay. May. We may. May. I'm pretty securely on the word may. I don't know if you can actually see that, but may. May. Okay, I have nothing with the word may, so. Okay, so we are going to flip to a random page, point at a word, and that word needs to be in the title. So, flip to a random page, point to a random word. Credible. You guys, this is a fail. This is the last step, and I can't. This is like the 6th time I've tried it. Like, can we get some normal words that are in normal titles of books here? This word. It's like right between the and dragons. So if I don't have a book with the word dragon in the title, I'm just going to use the and pick whatever book I want with the word the in the title. Oh my god. I actually have a book with dragon in the title. I really didn't think I did. I really thought I was going to be using the word the to pick my next book. But this is super exciting because it's the 4th book in a series, but it's in a series that I've had forever. I bought it at Borders and I've wanted to read it and I just never had a reason to pick it up. So this is so exciting. Hang on. Okay, so, this is so exciting. Okay, so the word that I pointed to in this book was dragon. And the title is dragon in it, is Chasing the Dragon by Justina Robson. It is book 4 in the Quantum Gravity series. So the book that will be going on my TBR from this scavenger hunt that was a lot harder than I thought it would be is Keeping It Real, which is the first book in the Quantum Gravity series. So this is, okay, so I bought this at Borders. Like, I bought the whole series. Like, I hadn't even read the first one and I bought the whole quartet. I don't normally do that, but when I bought it, I'm pretty sure I was like still in high school, so who needs to save money? Just spend it all as soon as you make it. I paid $16 for each one of these books and I bought all 4 of them. And all I really remember about this, it's like sci-fi and fantasy, and there's cyborgs and there's elves and there's vampires or something. I don't remember anything about this, but like I've always wanted to read it. And like I said, I own the whole 4-book series, so they just sit there on my shelves and stare at me when I go downstairs and look at my bookshelves, and I've just never picked them up. So now I'm going to try it out now that I've owned it for like ever. I really don't even know when I bought these, but Borders hasn't been around for like 10 years already, so it's been a while. So yeah, Keeping It Real at the end of this scavenger hunt is the book that will be picked to be put on my June TBR. So let's just take the journey quick, shall we? I started with the Unhoneymooners, which the acknowledgements of the Unhoneymooners brought me to Lisa C., which brought me to Mandy. I had to choose some things on the cover, so I chose Girls and Flowers. This book had girls and flowers, so Mandy brought me to How to Sew a Button, because I had to find a word in a line from this book, which ended up just being a random line. It was supposed to be page 50, line 5, but it turned out to be page whatever, line whatever. And one of the words was how, so that led to How to Sew a Button. I had to take the colors on the cover of this book and find them on a 5-star book. So this is a little bit of a stretch, but it's pink, white, and black. And so that brought me to Well Met, which brought me to find the same amount of pages. So this book had 316 pages, which led me to this book, which has 316 pages. And I had to open to a random page and find a name, and that name was Jordan. After a few tries, that name was Jordan, which led me to Robert Jordan. And this, I had to find a book with the same amount of letters in the title, which is 16, which led me to Gardens of the Moon by Stephen Erickson. And this book, I had to find a book with a similar cover. So I chose the man, the woman, and the castle in the background, or the city in the background. And that led me to Rhapsody by Elizabeth Hayden. The men, there's a woman, and there's a city in the background. And from here, I had to open to a random page and point to a random word, which I had to do about 12 times before I found one, but then find that word in a title. That word was dragon, which led me to Chasing the Dragon by Justina Robson. And this is the 4th book in the series, so that led me to the 1st book in the series, which is Keeping It Real. So, Keeping It Real will be on my June TBR. This was fun. This was a harder video to make than I thought it would be. But yeah, I had a good time. I hope you had a good time. And yeah, you'll see this book again when I make my June TBR. So that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.